I'm Nancy from Food Anthropology, and I'm doing a series about how to have a wasteless kitchen. Now, the other day I was making these millionaire cookie bars. If anybody knows what they are, they're brilliant cookies. They're like a homemade Twix bar. They, as I understand, originate in England, and they're basically just a cookie with caramel and a ganache on top. That shouldn't be too difficult, right? Well, I failed miserably 3 times on the ganache. And I ended up with basically seized chocolate. As you can see what it looks like. And now one of them, it all just crumbled. Now I put it in the refrigerator and it kind of got the consistency of chocolate fudge. I mean, it was basically chocolate chips and half and a little bit of butter. And I put the butter in there to kind of give it extra fat because I didn't have any cream. I was trying to make do with what I had. And I guess I didn't have very good quality chocolate chips, didn't have the cream, and it just kept going wrong. And you know, I did all the searches online. Well, how do you do it now with cocoa powder or unsweetened chocolate with sugar? Eventually, I just beat the crud out of it. And that's kind of what I'm going to do today, because I've used up a whole bag of milk chocolate chips, about half a bar of unsweetened cocoa, and that's a lot. And some butter and some half and half. I'm not going to let that go to waste. And when I put it in the refrigerator, I mean, it just turns like to be a big pile of chocolate, and who doesn't like chocolate? And when it's a little cooler, I've actually heated it up. It tastes kind of just like fudge. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when it seizes like this, there's actually lots of different things you can do. And to make it easier to work with, I made it malleable. I mean, I made it soft. So I'm going to put that into my bowl, and you can still see it's crumbly. I've had this happen before, and I actually made real fudge with it. I just melted some marshmallows, and then I blended it all together. And it worked. I don't have any kind of portions. Like I said, this is probably nearly about a whole bag full of chocolate chips that didn't work out so well. Now this morning, I had some coffee, and I have a little bit of milk and half left over. And I'm going to pour that in. My husband didn't use it for his. Now I do have some, my jar of well-used coconut oil in case I need any more fat. And now what I'm going to do, if I can get it plugged in, I did plug it in before and about caught my fingers in some holes. I am just going to blend and blend and blend until I have a consistency. Now this is going to be a little runnier than I would have liked, just because I added a little more milk in it than I should have, but I found it would be okay. I'll show you as I'm doing it. And you can see it's not going to take very long. And now I have what became crumbs. Now, like I said, it's probably it's a little runnier than I would like, but as it cools down a little bit, it will solidify, or it's perfect the way it is. Earlier, I baked a cake because today's Father's Day, and I'm going to grab it. It's actually a flourless cake. It's a little thin just because I ended up not having the right size pan, but we all make do, right? That's just how we work. And so I'm just going to take that and pour it over. Now remember, we all make mistakes in the kitchen. The important part is not to throw those mistakes away. And I'm going to tell you, I love watching cooking shows. Well, cooking competitions, I'm going to clarify that. And sometimes I see them throw away a mistake. And I'm going to, with my good nature, I'm going to say maybe they just throw it in in a nice little compost pile, but I'm not so sure because it looks like trash. And a lot of that can be saved. I mean, let's face it, over whipped cream can become butter. Look how beautiful that is. Nice chocolate. So when you have seized chocolate, don't panic. And if you can't deal with it at the time, just put it in the refrigerator and get to it later. If you're really not going to get to it in a couple days, then put it in your freezer and it'll be just fine. And do it, this is the simplest way to fix it. Just warm it up a little bit so it's soft. And you kind of get those fats in the chocolate, and maybe if you've added some butter or coconut oil to it to make it even a little more soft. Just add enough liquid. You can add a little bit, in my case a little bit more, and beat it until it becomes basically the ganache that you had hoped for in the first place. Thank you again. This is Nancy from Food Anthropology, and I'm all about a wasteless kitchen, and I hope you are too.
Hi!
And my son Hans is always a lovely treat.
And I've got my own gaming kitchen now. Bye! Yeah.